Buzzing raw folks.
Guys, I'm on the way to another AC maintenance. This is an existing maintenance customer. I believe we came out there for the first time last summer. I believe we replaced a thermostat. And by replacing the thermostat, this customer definitely wanted to be a little bit more proactive. I remember that guy. His house was like almost 100 degrees, guys. But we was able to get him up and going, and we signed him up for the AC maintenance. I think he had oil heat, so we only signed him up for AC only. But guys, I'm almost there right now. Let's go take a look, and I'll see y'all when I get inside. What we got here is a straight AC, air handler, and condenser. Guys, this customer has an oil boiler. You can see the oil tank behind me. He has an oil boiler for heat. We only come out here to service the AC. We don't do anything with the heat. He uses another company for the heat. But guys, for context, we signed this customer up for maintenance last summer. I believe the first time he came out here, this was a no AC call, and I had to replace the thermostat inside. And guys, getting to that air handler is a pain in the ass, but the filter is clean. We replaced the filter last summer. Once we replaced the thermostat, the filter is clean, and I took a gallo gun upstairs and I flushed the drain lines inside out. So my drains and my filter is okay. Also, I got a 20-degree split inside. And guys, one thing, that's another thing you'll see me do as the weather heats up. Right now, we've been doing maintenances. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? What's up? But one thing you're gonna see me do as the weather heats up, I'll use more methods to confirm proper charge. One thing you see me do on the last call was I checked my suction line temperature after finding out I didn't have a 20-degree split inside. That's not the case here, guys. I got a 20-degree split between supply and return, and it's about 60, 61 degrees out right now. But like I said, guys, remember, none of this really makes a difference unless it's above a certain temperature outside, meaning if the ambient temperature is below 60 degrees, if it's like 50 degrees outside, guys, even an improperly charged AC system will still give you close to a 20-degree split. So you just want to be careful. You don't want to be too quick to just add refrigerant, because that's not always a proper solution. You just got to step back and make sure you understand, and make sure the customer understands that you can't properly check and diagnose the AC system if there's no humidity outside for you to test and check your numbers, you know? And otherwise, you'll be blindly checking something, and then guess what, guys? You'll still have to come back out on a mild day like today to double check what you did, to make sure the charge is okay, to make sure you don't have to add or remove any charge based on what you did, you know, a few months ago when it was cold outside. So, but all right, guys, my suction line temp is 55 and dropping, which is good. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check my amps on my compressor. 5.28. And what's the tonnage of this unit here? This is only a 2-ton. It's put in 2019, so this unit is about 6 years old. Now, this system was here before this customer moved in. He bought this house shortly before we came out here last summer. So like 2 falls ago, he moved in. So he didn't even know how well this AC unit was running. And guys, that's the thing with most inspectors. If the unit is running, usually most inspectors will pass the inspection. Running and working is not the same thing. So like the unit could be running, but this unit could be flat on charge. So it's best for most homeowners to just have a technician, to have a company come out to make sure that the AC and the heat is properly working, not just running, you know. And I'm glad this customer called when he did, because like I said, sure enough, I think the fan was running, but we couldn't get this outside unit to turn on. And the only way I can get the outside unit to turn on was by jumping out the thermostat. And that was a dead giveaway that, like I said, the thermostat was shot. So I just put in a regular T1 thermostat and was able to get that customer by and sign them up for the maintenance. And that's why we're out here right now. 0.55 is our outdoor fan. 5.25, cool. And what size is this cat? 40-5. Yep. All right, guys. So what I'm gonna do is let me check potential difference, and let me check this cat. I'll be back. Guys, We cleaned out the electrical component area. And guys, another thing, this reminds me of a bad story from back in the day. These capacitors, I know Carrier utilizes putting these metal clamps right next to the contactor coil. You want to be careful with removing the clamps for the capacitor. Make sure it doesn't touch the coil, because guys, I can guarantee you, just like this particular call, if metal touches the coil, you're going to short out the fuse. And guys, getting to that air handler, once again, it's definitely not something I recommend doing unless I absolutely had to. But guys, unless you like going up inside tight spaces or placing fuses unnecessarily, make sure you guys are taking your time. I don't know why Carrier puts the contactor and the capacitor so close together. I'm not sure if this is ICP. This might be ICP. But ICP, Heil, and Carrier, the setups are all the same. Like I said, looking back on it, all this space, this contactor could go over a little bit more, so there's less clutter in the middle of the unit. But what do I know, guys? I'm just a guy that does this every day. But all right, anyway, moving along here, I'm gonna check the cap. And guys, you see the bottom of the terminals here? You see all that rust? This could interfere with my readings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a thermostat screwdriver. And I don't have to get crazy with this, but you see that there? I don't have to clean the whole bottom surface of the terminal, but the point is, I want a clean enough surface for me to put my meter leads on. So now I'm gonna show you the difference. Before, I couldn't get an accurate testing, but now I'm gonna test this again. .85 out of 5, that's still good. And doing the quick math, 5 plus or minus 6% is 3. So 5 minus 0.03 is a 4.97. That means if the rating is at 4.97 or less, that's considered below threshold. And at that point, you should recommend replacing this. We're not at that point yet. We're at a 4.84, which is good. And now I'm gonna check my 40 side. And I gotta make sure I got pressure on my leads here. Here we go. .43, which is good. So 39.43 out of 40 and 4.84 out of 5 is still within threshold. That's good. And what we'll do is we'll document this on file, so if me or anyone else come back out here next spring, if the number drops, we'll be able to compare and contrast it from today versus next year, and so on and so forth. But all right, guys, next thing I'm gonna do, I already checked my potential difference across the contactor. I'm gonna put this all back together, and I think the hose spigot is on the other side of the house. I don't think he has a hose spigot on this side of the house, so I can hose this unit down. But yeah, guys, the coils, they're not clean, but have I seen worse? Yes, I did. But, and guys, the boiler hose I have on the truck I think is only about 20 feet. Like, we carry the longer hoses mainly in the wintertime to bleed out baseboards and things like that. But we don't really carry the longer hoses like that in the summer, because most customers have the hose spigot easily accessible towards the unit. So usually 20 feet is more than enough. But yeah, guys, I think I seen the hose spigot exactly on the other side. So I don't think it's in the cards for us to hose down this coil. But if it worsens by next spring, I can make a note. As a matter of fact, that's what I'll do, is I'll make a note for either me or whoever, any future tech coming out here for the AC maintenance, to bring the 100-foot hose. So that longer hose can definitely reach from this side of the building to the other. So, all right, guys, what I'm gonna do is let me put this cat back in, and I'm gonna pack up, and I think the renewal's due, so we'll sign this customer up for another maintenance, and I'll let him know what the numbers are Most importantly on this capacitor, believe it or not, like I said, once we got him up and going, this customer definitely wanted maintenance because, guys, the house was like almost 100 degrees. Then we came out here last May, almost a year to the date. And guys, with that thermostat being malfunctioned, guys, that this house was like a sauna. So he definitely appreciated not only us getting him up and going, but he definitely wants to avoid breakdowns at all costs. So we're the right company for him. And like I said, guys, it's all about showing up when customers need you and solving a problem. The rest is easy peasy, baby. All right, let me get going here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.